He didn't regress once, he didn't regress 10 times. He lived this world 99 times and still failed. This is his 100th regression, and this time, he's done playing fair. The world resets again. Cities rewind, monsters vanish. Time snaps back to day one, but one man remembers everything. Every dungeon, every betrayal, every single way the world ends. He has already reached max level 99 times. And every single time, humanity still died. He watched it burn, felt it crumble, and was forced to carry the memories of its extinction into the next life, a cycle of unending failure. The strategies he mastered, the power he accumulated, it all amounted to nothing. Each victory was just a prelude to a greater loss. The system would reset, and he'd be back at the beginning, the sole keeper of a history no one else knew. So the question isn't can he win, it's a what does a man do when saving the world no longer works? In his past regressions, he was a hero, a savior, a sacrifice. He was the beacon of hope everyone looked to. He warned kingdoms of impending doom. He trained allies, sharing his hard-won knowledge, building armies, and creating legends out of ordinary people. He gave them power, artifacts, and the secrets to unlocking their potential. And what was his reward? They betrayed him, used him, killed him, again, and again, and again. The very people he fought to protect turned their daggers on him, driven by greed, fear, or envy. By the 99th regression, the hope had bled out of him. He stopped trusting anyone, stopped reaching out, stopped believing that humanity was worth the price he kept paying. If knowledge can't save the world, what if control can? The system activates. Welcome, player. Regression count 100 for the first time. The system hesitates, it flickers, a momentary glitch in the cosmic machine. Because this player is no longer normal, he isn't some fresh-faced hero starting a new journey. He is a living archive of apocalypses. He knows the secret classes hidden behind impossible quests. He knows the locations of hidden bosses that drop world-breaking items. He knows about the unreleased events scheduled to appear months from now. He doesn't grind for experience points, he walks a path paved with omniscience. He skips destiny itself, sidestepping fate and rewriting the rules as he goes. But even with max knowledge, there's one future he's never survived. In all 99 of his lives, there was one path he always avoided, a route clearly labeled by the system as unrecoverable. A dead-end scenario where alliances collapse before they can even form. A timeline where the world's greatest heroes die early, picked off before they ever realize their potential. A route where the player must stand utterly and completely alone against the coming darkness. It was the one variable he never dared to test, the one road he deemed too risky, too certain to lead to failure. This time, he chooses it. He steps onto the forbidden's path without a second thought. Because sometimes the only winning move is becoming the villain. He doesn't wait for the plot to unfold. He hunts early game bosses solo, stealing their power before anyone else knows they exist. He triggers late game dungeons on day one, plundering treasures that shouldn't be accessible for years. He breaks the balance of the world on purpose, disrupting the system's carefully crafted progression, and the system starts adapting. It's trying to compensate, trying to fix the anomalies he's creating, but it's too late. His stats don't rise normally anymore, they evolve. His power mutates into something the system can't categorize. Enemies sense him and flee, NPCs feel his presence and cower in fear. The world itself begins to resist him. What happens when the system starts treating the player as a threat? The world pushes back. Hidden calamities, sealed away for the final act, awaken early. Unkillable enemies, the system's ultimate gatekeepers, move ahead of schedule, their gazes fixed solely on him. This world is panicking. It's fighting for its life against the one variable it can't control. For the first time in history, the regression isn't repeating correctly. The patterns are broken. The future he knows so well is fracturing, replaced by something new and terrifyingly unpredictable. And that's when he realizes the chilling truth. This might be his final regression. The system is unstable. The world is fighting back with everything it has. If he dies now, there is no restart. With his back against the wall, he enacts his final strategy. No more saving cities that will fall anyway. No more raising heroes who will betray him. He starts eliminating future threats early. This includes kings whose paranoia will lead to civil war, guild leaders whose greed will doom millions, and even the prophesied chosen ones who are destined to fail at the last moment. This isn't an act of cruelty, it is cold, hard calculation. Because he remembers exactly who destroys the world later. He remembers the face of every traitor, every weak link, every single person whose failure costs humanity its existence. Is he protecting humanity or deciding who deserves to exist? But this omniscience has a cost. Each regression took something from him. His memories of a normal life have started to blur. Emotions have faded into dull echoes of what they once were. The faces of loved ones from past lives lose their meaning, becoming just data points in his grand calculation. He remembers their deaths with perfect clarity, but he forgets their names. He's lost pieces of his soul 100 times over. And yet, he keeps moving forward. He can't stop. Because regret is a luxury, pointless when the end is already known and the clock is ticking on his very last chance. But there is one future he still refuses to look at. As he stands on the precipice of his final gambit, the system offers him a choice it never has before. A direct message outside the usual quests and notifications. Option 1. End the loop forever. Restore the world, save humanity, and let history proceed without him. Option 2. Rule the world alone. Ascend to a godlike status with absolute control over the remnants of creation, guaranteeing his own survival. One choice saves humanity, the other guarantees his. For the first time in 100 lifetimes, after a century of suffering and struggle, he hesitates. His hand hovers between the two choices, the weight of 100 worlds resting on his decision. Because this choice decides what kind of god he becomes. He looks at the world one last time, not as a hero, not as a villain, but as someone who remembers every failure, every mistake, every single life lost. He sees the cities, the people, and the future that could be. And then he steps forward. The 100th regression has begun. And this time, the world will not get another chance.